There we go. Folks, welcome to the Power Sport Academy. Today, I am pleased to bring up the topic again, free getting started in service, right? Getting started in service. It is free. Go to the Power Sport Academy, powersportacademy.com. Click on courses. You're going to see that picture is going to be right there. That icon's going to be there for one of the courses. It's getting started in service. And I can't stress enough, it is free. It is free. It is a phenomenal course. Like if somebody wants to start in the power sport area, like let's say you're 18, you're getting out of high school, you don't want to go to college, you're like, I like to work with motorcycles. How would I even get started working with motorcycles? Perfect course. Take that course. It'll give you some great direction on like how? What do I want to do? Do I want to be a service writer? Do I want to be a technician? Do I want to work in the parts department? Do I want to do shipping and receiving? Do I want to clean the parking lot and move motorcycles around? Like, it's a really great course for someone just getting started. Now, newsflash, what do you think I'm going to say next? It's a really great course for people that have been doing this thing for 30 years and think they know everything about the business. It is phenomenal for people that have been in their own bubble and feel their own successes without realizing what they're measuring against. This is a hard pill to swallow, but when I deal with dealerships, when I travel and I visit dealerships and I consult with dealerships and I do both the power sports and the marine verticals, I consistently run into people like, I've been doing this 20 years, I've been doing this 37 years, I've been doing blah, 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 blah. And when we hit on certain things in the process map, they're not doing it, or they don't know about it, or they never considered it. And see, that's the value of training. That's the value of networking. That's the value of being involved in your community. A lot of folks are great at doing their jobs. They're keeping the lights on. The doors are open. But if we're real and we're honest with each other, we can take a look at results. We can take a look at KPIs. How many hours per RO? How many lines per RO? How many ROs a month are you writing? How many technicians do you have? How many motorcycles per day per technician are you working on? What's your efficiency for your technicians? There's productivity, but what's the efficiency rating? So there's all of these things that we look at. And what gets me is like when I'm talking to dealerships, there's a lot of times where they'll say, we don't follow up with our service customers. That one blows my mind. If you're talking to a sales department and you said follow up with all your customers, whether you sell them a motorcycle or not, you got to follow up with people. They would go, oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. That makes sense. In service, I go, make sure you follow up with your service customers. And they're like, why? Their bike's not here. Like literally. And it makes me sad. I can't believe I'm doing this. I found all these things, so I think they're hilarious. Let's just put this in the background to keep things going. And so down to something that makes sense. So when I'm doing the training, I'm constantly coming up against things that automatically happen or don't happen in the dealership arena. And it's like people they just don't get it. They just don't understand. And so I want to encourage you, go to the Power Sport Academy, powersportacademy.com. Take a look at our training, take a look at our offer, take a look at how we can add to your bottom line. When I say add to the bottom line, some people will look at our membership options. For instance, we have some people that can get started for a few $100, right? So for a few $100, you're in, right? You get access to the courses. You'll get some invites to some kind of surprise live events. But there's training where we train the whole dealership, right? So now you've got, parts manager, 2 parts counter people, a parts back counter person, 3, 4, 5 service writers, a service manager, a warranty clerk. We'll train all of those people in the dealer. We'll train all of them. And it's $45,000 a year. And you go, oh my God, $45,000 a year. That's so much money. Folks, people that take our training are adding 800, 1.2 million, $1.5 million in revenue after the training. So I can't feel bad about charging $45,000. In fact, sometimes I wonder if we increase the price, would our customer flow actually increase? That's a weird thing about pricing. Sometimes the more expensive you are, the higher the demand is. And that's kind of the space that we're in right now. $45,000 to train a dealership seems like a big ask, but we meet with you every month. You get access to our courses, our assignments, our advanced quizzes. We give grades. We report back to the dealership principals what's going on in the training class. What's going on in the training classes. We talk about interdepartmental harmony. We get it so that the sales department can work with the service department can work with the parts department. People are working together and they're not hating each other and they're adding dollars to the cash register. And if we weren't getting the results that we're getting, maybe I'd be a little more cautious or timid. But we're actually in a position where we're like, maybe we should try raising the price, because if we raise the price, maybe the demand will go up. Like, that's literally where we're at right now. We are getting results that are insane. Now, remember, I also do marine training. So I'm just thinking about the last cohort we ran for marine training. We talked to a sales team that, of course, they followed up with everybody that bought a boat, right? Of course they did. This was a big dealership, like, by all intents and purposes, a very successful establishment, a big place. And I said, well, 100% follow-up in sales means that you follow up with the people that bought and the people that didn't buy. And their faces drained. And they were like, oh, well, we do a really good job of following up with people that bought from us, but we really don't follow up with people that didn't buy from us. And that's like the opposite of what, like, most salespeople would think. Like, most salespeople would be like, I'm going to follow up and nag the crap out of you until you buy it. And then I'm going to abandon you and give you buyer's remorse after you buy the thing. That's typically what I see. I don't know that I've ever really ran into somebody that said, I never follow up with customers that don't buy from me. I only follow up with the ones that do. Oh my goodness. Think about what that's going to do to their bottom line, right? I mean, they literally sell millions and millions of dollars a year in boats. And now we're going to turn around and say, well, now you're going to follow up with everyone that didn't buy a boat from you. And we're going to give you a second and a third and a fourth at bat, to see if you can land this unit. The other thing, no follow-up in service. They didn't have any follow-up in service. Nothing. So good service visit, bad service visit, good survey, bad survey, nothing. They didn't have anything for that. And so that leads back to, oh my goodness, well, what are we going to do there? What's that going to do to revenue? Then we got into how a service manager can literally create an extra 2.5 to 3 hours a day for themselves just in changing some of the processes that I teach. Their service manager, who had been doing this for decades, was like, right? Was literally like, you got to be kidding me. I never even thought about that. Like, here's how you can create more time in your day. You want to do this, 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 and this. And he was like, I never even thought about it, right? That's like an opportunity just waiting for someone to answer the door. Well, I love sound effects. That's good stuff. All right. So why am I giving you all these messages right now? I'm trying to get you to understand the importance of training your people. I don't know what pain point is yours. We haven't had a conversation yet. So I don't know if your pain point is customers calling your cell phone. Like, if you're the dealer owner and a customer gets your cell phone number and they start calling you to complain about their unit stuck in service for 3 months, that should never happen, right? So if that's your pain point, we can train that out of there. You got a service manager that's ready to kill your parts manager because they never know when stuff's coming. We can train that out of there. You got a general manager who is throwing fits because they never have units ready on Saturday when they need them. We can train that out of there. You are upside down with your floor plan and you're not selling the units you need to sell. You got a wait list for units you don't have. and your service department is sitting on crates of motorcycles waiting to get built so sales can even have a chance to sell them. We can train that out of there. So I want to be super clear. If you've taken OEM training before, because I've written the OEM training. So newsflash, I'm the guy that writes the OEM training. The OEM training was about how to get you, the dealer, to buy more parts from the OEM supplier. It was about how to reduce buybacks, right? So the OEM said, let's create some training and we'll teach them how to be better service writers and service managers and parts managers. But as we teach them to be better at those things, we also want to teach them how to order more parts directly from us and how to prevent customers from wanting buybacks. That was the main impetus, the main cause for the training. And so that was what the training hinged on. The Powersport Academy is not related to the OEMs in that way. And so we're training people from a dealership perspective. This is how you drive revenue and margins through your store. This is how you work with the OEMs to find success for your store without feeling like you're working for the OEM. Remember, you're the customer of the OEM, not the other way around. And so we want to make sure that we keep that relationship in check properly so that your service department and your parts department can maximize margins and profits and justifiably get paid for the warranty work that they perform. Folks, we are all over it. And so as we move further and further through this season, if you've already been to the Powersport Academy, if you've already taken our courses, I would encourage you to go back through and take a look at some again over the next couple of months. We are refreshing a lot of the content. Some of this content is 6 years old. And so, for instance, we have a key performance indicators course. We teach people what a KPI is, how to track it, why to track it, what to do with the information, all that. But it's made from me on the back of a bicycle, talking about how riding a bike and measuring your performance bike riding is like running a business and measuring your performance in business. It makes a lot of sense to me. It's a fun course. I think it's a great way to teach. But I'm also looking at it and saying the video quality could be better. I probably don't need to be on a bicycle anymore. I don't need that hook in that way. I probably just need to teach the content. And I could refer to the bicycling, but I probably don't want to record from the bicycle, right? And so there's things that we are changing moving forward to improve the presentation and the knowledge of our stuff. The other thing we're adding is we're adding more details to our parts curriculum. Parts is a very interesting department in a dealership. It amazes me how a lot of dealers just hire somebody and don't realize you just gave someone the keys to millions of dollars in your business. And we need to address that. We need to get people really thinking about what is an obsolescent parts list? How do I liquidate obsolete parts? How do I manage the growth and the size of this inventory? How do I liquidate parts without going broke? How do I, it just goes on and on, right? How do I move more things through service? It is, it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. We're touching on topics that we haven't touched on in a long time in the power sports world. Like I said, I've created the Power Sports Academy and released it 6 years ago. And for me, it's just been a super great experience. But outside of being a super great experience, I want it to have value for the dealers and the people that we train. And so working on that as best as we can for you guys. I want to encourage you. I can't encourage you enough. Like, share, follow. If you see us on X, if you see us on YouTube, if you see us on Facebook or LinkedIn, I need you to like, share, follow. We need as many eyes as possible coming to this product and to this service. No matter what level you sign up for at the Power Sport Academy, we will interact. We will offer you access to live meetings, live sessions, webinars, seminars, those kinds of things. People that sign up for that dealer-wide training I mentioned, there's automatically a monthly call with that group of client. Like you're the client, one-on-one, dedicated call monthly, and we work with you one-on-one and go over your homework and your features and your feedback. But for everybody at every level of integration in the Power Sport Academy, you get access to some type of live access to me and the staff. I put up this earlier where I talked about free getting started in service. I think it's great, right? I think that's great. There's also a $27 mini course in there, and it talks about a $47,000 script. What that is like, here's just here's just one thing. Here's just one thing that you could implement in your service department, and it would increase your revenue by 47 grand a month minimum. 47 grand a month minimum if you just increase that one thing. And so we put that in there as an available course. It's $27. As with everything with the Power Sport Academy, we have a 30-day money back guarantee. If you sign up for something and you're not happy after 30 days, within, not after, within 30 days, just send me a message through the website. Say, hey, I want my money back, Kurt, and we'll send you the money back. Not a problem. All right. Folks, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy hump day. Bye bye.